So just bring it to about the middle of your mat, and then you can sit up on it, and then slowly bring your hands behind you. Just gently bring yourself to lying down. And maybe starting with your feet on the ground just to allow your low back to settle. You can have one hand on your chest and one hand on your abdomen. And then just allowing your shoulders to relax down. Soften your face. So you can stay with your feet on the ground. You could also bring your knees to touch and walk your feet to the outside edges. That's kind of a nice opener for the outer thighs. You could also straighten your legs. This might be a little bit too much of a back bend to start. So if you straighten your legs and it pinches your low back, just go ahead and place your feet back on the ground. Nice. And then just taking a few breaths here. See if you can breathe into the space where your hands are. So kind of bringing your body up to meet your hands. As you inhale, fill up your lungs. Hold your breath when you're full. And then open your mouth and exhale. Take another couple breaths. Inhale through your nose. Nice and slow. See if you can lengthen the breath. Make it a little slower, a little smoother. Hold your breath at the top. And then open your mouth and exhale. We'll take one more breath. Inhale through your nose. So biggest breath you've taken so far. So bringing your belly and your chest up into your hands. See if you can feel like you're stretching your insides to maximum. Hold your breath. And then open your mouth and release the breath. Allow your whole body to relax down. And we'll just stay here for a little time, allowing the body to melt into the shape. This is a really nice passive hip opening posture here. We do a lot of sitting in our day, so you're usually folding your torso towards the front of your thighs. So in this position, you're kind of letting the hips bend in the opposite direction. This helps to traction out the low back. So any compression happening in the low spine, you're kind of pulling spaces between the vertebrae and allowing room for synovial fluid and oxygenated fluid to flow. And so bringing your awareness to your body, just noticing where you feel this pose. So maybe in your shoulders or your torso somewhere, maybe in your hips or your legs. Maybe you feel it somewhere down in your feet. So just taking a few moments here to scan your body. Just notice whatever's coming up, whatever's drawing your attention. And you're just sending your energy towards these places. So anything that grabs your attention, not necessarily to judge or to critique. You're more just becoming aware and making space. Soften down your eyes and your jaw. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice, so anything you'd like to invite into your practice or anything you'd like to send energy towards. Maybe just really cultivating the energy of your effort towards yourself, towards your body. And just taking this time out of your day, just really honoring the value of that. Just stay here for a minute or so longer. Just allow your body to soften more. take 3 more breaths here, nice and slow. And when you're finished with your 3rd breath, just slowly, if your legs are straightened, just plant your feet on the ground. And then from here, you can either move the pillow out from underneath you or just keep it underneath your hips and bring your legs up the wall. So as if you're standing on the ceiling here. Try to make your legs a little more active. So flex your feet towards your shins so you're getting some length to the back of your legs and you're feeling really firm through the thighs. And now point your toes towards the ceiling. Point, point, point. So you're pushing your tippy toes towards the ceiling. Feel that stretch to the top of the ankle bones. And then slowly, gently flexing your feet towards your shins as you kick your heels up towards the sky. So you're lengthening the back of the legs now. And as you point your toes, noticing the length happening through the front side of the thighs. So we'll just move through these 2 so you can kind of go as deep as you like. You can just take little baby moves if you like as well. So you're just moving some fluid into the tissues of the toes. You might even play with spreading the toes as you flex and then squeezing your toes together as you point. So this kind of pumping sensation, this is kind of squeezing the liquid out of your tissues. And after a long day of standing or sitting with all the energy and fluid kind of moving downwards, this is a great way to kind of move things in reverse. Cracks and pops are totally normal. You're kind of breaking up places of adhesion and stuck spaces. You can pause in any place. And then just stay still here. So just bring your legs to neutral. Allow your heels to stack over your knees, over your hips. And then slowly, gently grab your knees into your chest. Good. Nice. And you can rock a couple side to side, just kind of moving some fluid into the hip joints, noticing your low back here. And now plant your feet on the ground. Push your feet into the floor and lift your hips up off of your pillow. And then go ahead and slide your pillow out of your way and bring your hips back down to the ground. Yeah. Once you have your hips on the ground, just before you move anything, allow your hands to rest by your side, palms facing up. And just notice the area of your hips. Notice your legs. See if you feel any movement there, any tingling, any kind of fluid sensation. Now take your right ankle and cross it over your left thigh. You can stay with your left foot on the ground or bring your legs towards you. Interlace your hands behind your hamstring. You could also grab for the top of your shin. Once you have the grip, tuck your chin slightly to feel the back of your neck lengthen. And then shrugging your shoulders down, feel broad across the back side of your body. As you roll your hips down to the ground, notice the length of your spine. Top of your head stretching away from your tailbone, so you're really bringing some traction between the vertebrae here. The more you point your right knee away from you, the bigger stretch you're going to get for your outer hip. And then finding a little bit of compression through the hands. So nice tight grip there. Allow your face to get nice and relaxed here. So soften everything that you don't need to use. So your whole face, your neck, your shoulders, your chest. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Release your grip. Bring your left foot to the ground. Interlace your hands and grab for right below your right knee. So you're grabbing your right knee, pull your right knee towards your right shoulder. So make sure you're not rolling over to the right. See if you can put a little weight into the left shoulder. Then you can stay with your left foot on the ground, or you can lengthen your left leg long. Give your right knee a big squeeze. So big compression for your hip and your lower abdominals. So stimulating your digestive tract. Pull your knee one more time. Now send your right leg long. Allow your palms to face up. Find Shavasana for a breath or two. Notice anything here. Bring your feet back to the ground. We'll take a few rounds of bridge pose before we move to the other side. So bring your heels up towards your hips, feet parallel to each other. As you inhale, lift your hips. So push your feet into the ground and really lift your hips up off the floor. So you want your thighs to be parallel to each other. So make sure you find a little bit of a squeeze through your inner knees. Imagine that you're holding like a book or a block between your knees. And then if you like, you can walk your arms underneath you. Interlace all 10 fingers. As you punch your fist down into the ground, you might come up a little higher up onto your shoulders. So you're bringing your chest towards your chin, but then bring your chin away from your chest. So you're feeling a nice length to the back of your neck here. Push your feet into the ground. See if you can lift up one more little baby inch. And then exhale, slowly lower down with control. So we're going to flow that a couple of times. Inhale, push through your feet, lift your hips. Exhale, slowly lower down, hips to the ground. Inhale, lift. You can go as slowly as you like. Exhale, lower. So when you go slow, you're using your muscles rather than momentum. Push through your feet. Inhale, lift. This is definitely one that they taught me in PT. So I did a lot of these little kind of bridge push-ups here. And lift your hips one more time. Push it up because your strong hips help support your spinal column. And then exhale, slowly lower. And just pause there. Allow things to settle. Now this time cross your left ankle over your right thigh. With your left foot or your right foot on, or bring your legs towards you. Find your grip either behind your hamstring or on top of your shin. And then as you roll your shoulders down, find a nice long spine, top of your head, stretching away from your tailbone. Notice if you're rolling to one side or the other. See if you can even out your weight. And then as you pull your legs towards you, push your left knee slightly away. And then try to soften what you can soften. So that now that you've found the shape, try to relax any sense of gripping or striving. So you're already there. Now just let the posture do the work and allow the tissues to melt. Take another full breath in. Full breath out. Plant your right foot on the ground. Interlace your hands below your left knee. Pull your left knee towards your left shoulder. So get a nice tight grip. You can keep your right foot down or straighten your right leg out. Notice if you're rolling. See if you can even out your weight. Little bit of a pinching sensation is normal. You're cutting off circulation and blood flow. But when you release the compression, all that fresh, nutrient-rich fluid and oxygenated blood can come rushing in. Take one more squeeze of your knee. And then lengthen your left leg long. Once again, finding Shavasana, just receiving the effects of your effort. But it's really good to like break up any kind of blockages happening and get some fluid into the hips. So just kind of tuck your tailbone. So that arch at your low back, see if you can squish it out. And now imagine that you're moving the weight over to your left hip and then creating a circle as you round your tailbone down and arch your spine. And then moving over onto the right hip and then towards the back. And then we'll just go kind of one more time around. See if you can just kind of go slow. Notice if there's anything that kind of cracks or pops. And then taking it in the other direction. So bringing the weight over to your right hip and then tucking your tailbone. Bring it over onto the left, rolling your hips back. And then we'll do it on the other side. One more time, rounding all the way around. And then once you find your neutral spine, bring your knees into your chest and just gently rock from side to side. We're going to come up into a hero's pose. So if you want, you can roll to either side, or you can rock and roll up your spine. And then pressing yourself up, come to the back of your mat and sit on your heels. So if this is a lot on your knees, just let me know if this is, does this feel okay for your knees? This is good? Okay. So we're going to do something that might feel a little bit intense on the feet. So just just be really gentle with yourself and you don't need to go like all the way. So coming with your hands forward onto the mat, tuck your toes into the mat behind you. And then gently bring your hips towards your heels. So you can take this back as far as you want to. So you could stay right here, like this might totally be enough for you. You might be able to bring your hips to your heels. You might even be able to sit with your hands on your lap. And that might be eventually one day. That might even be for like 1 second. So just kind of finding your edge, and we'll stay for 3 breaths. So not forever, just for a moment. See if you can calm down your face. And we'll take a nice big breath in. Full breath out. 2 more like that. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. And then coming forward onto tabletop position, untuck your toes, and then you can pat your feet on the ground. Just bring some blood flow there. Nice. Now come to sitting on your heels again for hero's pose. So now you're getting a nice stretch to the top of your ankles, bringing your hands to your lap, palms facing down. So we'll practice some floor salutations here. So we're keeping everything kind of down on the ground. Inhale for kneeling. So coming up onto your shins, reach your arms up. And is this okay on your knees? Yeah? Okay, cool. So spin your pinky fingers in towards each other and slide your shoulders down your spine. And then take a peek down at your ribs. Make sure your ribs are knit in and your spine is nice and stacked here. Engage your thighs and engage your glutes. Take a full breath in. Exhale, gentle back bend. So open up your arms like a cactus. Peel your chest open and lift your chest. So you might not arch back very far. Make sure that you're breathing here. So continuously breathing in through your nose, out through your nose. Inhale, reach back up, coming up to your hands touch over your head. Exhale, fold. So bringing your hands down to heart center. Bring your hands to the floor and then walk your hands out in front of you. So we're coming into melting heart. Bring your forehead down to the ground. So similar to child's pose, but you're going to have your hips up high to the sky. Bring your hands a little more forward so your arms are active. Shrug your shoulders back so that you're kind of wrapping your shoulders back into the socket. Nice little inversion here, allowing some blood flow to the brain. Inhale, look forward to your hands. Exhale, come forward onto your belly. Take your time getting here, no rush. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and your forehead to the floor. Zip up your legs and squeeze them together, or keep your feet about hip-width distance apart. Press your feet down into the ground a lot. So you want to feel your legs, your kneecaps lift off the ground because your legs are super engaged here. And then shrug your shoulders in. Slide your elbows down to your chest. So you're peeling your body up off the ground. You're kind of bringing your chest forward through your arms. Keep pressing your feet down. See if you can peel your chest up one more time. And then exhale, slowly lower, forehead to the ground. Now bring your hands behind your back, interlace all 10 fingers. Punch your fist back to lift your chest up. So keep pushing your feet down here. See if you can use the strength of your arms to open up your chest. I like to keep a soft gaze down at the ground, but if you want to increase the back bend, you could lift your chin and lift your gaze. One more full breath here. Exhale, slowly lower, forehead to the ground. Press yourself back to child's pose. So toes touch, knees out to the side. This time your hips come all the way to your heels. You can allow your arms to rest on the ground. Pause here for a couple of breaths. So we're going to move through those shapes a little bit quicker. Just kind of flushing things out, moving with your breath. So let's find a deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, Ujjayi, seal your lips. And exhale, Ujjayi, keep your lips sealed. Inhale, coming up for kneeling mountain. Reach your arms up over your head. Exhale, gentle back bend. Open up your chest. Inhale, reach up, hands touch over your head. Exhale, hands come down to the ground, coming into melting heart. So forehead down, hands come out forward. Inhale, look forward to your hands. Exhale, slide forward onto your belly. Hands come underneath your shoulders. Exhale your breath, press your feet down. Inhale, lift your chest. Keep your elbows nice and tight to the body. Shrug your shoulders back. Full breath in. Exhale, forehead down. Find your grip. Interlace all 10 fingers behind your back. Exhale completely. Inhale, lift your chest. See if you can straighten your arms and open up your inner elbow or your inner shoulders. On down. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Press yourself back to child's pose. Take a few breaths here. And go one more time, nice and easy. Inhale, coming up, kneeling mountain, reach up. Exhale, gentle back bend. Open your arms, peel your chest. Inhale, reach. Exhale, melting heart. Hands forward, hips stay high to the sky. Inhale, look forward to your hands. Exhale, slide forward onto your belly. Hands under your shoulders. Exhale your breath. Inhale, lift your chest. Nice, beautiful. Exhale, lower. So nice, Whitney. Interlace your hands behind your back. Press down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Hands underneath your shoulders. Press yourself back to child's pose. Hips to heels. Forehead to the ground. Full breath in. And a full breath out. Alrighty, coming into tabletop position, stack your shoulders over your wrists. Inhale for cow pose, drop your belly, lift your gaze. And exhale for cat, press and round. So tuck your spine. See if you can push your toes into the ground, get a little stretch to the bottoms of your feet. And as you kind of poof up that little space between your shoulders, squeeze your belly button in. Untuck your toes, inhale cow pose, drop your belly, lift your gaze. And exhale for cat. You can tuck your toes for this one if you like, or keep your feet untucked. So moving a few times on your own here, you can choose to keep or not use the feet. And if there's any movement side to side that you'd like to explore, any place you'd like to pause and breathe into, please help yourself. And then finding a neutral spine, tabletop position. Inhale, reach your right arm up, twisting open side. Exhale, thread the needle. Bring your right arm through. Your right cheek comes to the mat. So now the weight of your body is kind of on your shoulder here. You can reach your left hand towards the top of your mat. You could also keep your left hand by your shoulder, or you could reach it around your back for a half bind. And that's just going to give you another stretch for the arm. And then you're in an inversion here. You're also allowing the weight of your body to give you some compression into the arm. Place your left hand underneath your shoulder. Inhale your right arm up. Maybe take a couple circles. Release the compression. And then plant your right hand down. Inhale your left arm up, twisting open to the side. Exhale, thread the needle. Bring your left arm through. This time your left cheek comes to the mat. Your right hand can come forward or under your shoulder. You could also choose to reach it around for a half bind. So it just depends. And then once you're in the position that you like, just allow your body to be heavy. So you're using gravity and your own body weight to do the work. Bring your right hand underneath your shoulder. Inhale your left arm up, twisting open to the side, maybe circle or two, getting some movement into the joint. Yeah, nice, looks good. And then go ahead and plant your left hand down. Tuck your toes into the ground, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. You can bend your knees a couple of times, loosen up the back of your thighs. Shake your head out. Bend your knees a lot and send your tailbone up to the sky. And then really pressing your chest towards your thighs. Wrap your shoulders back. Inhale, look forward to your hands. Exhale, travel to the top of your mat. Now let your head be really heavy. You can bring your feet to hip width distance apart, grabbing for opposite elbows. Just allow your body to dangle here. You might interlace your hands and grab the back of your skull. So no need to pull on your head. You're just allowing a little extra weight, little extra gravity here to traction the spine. You could also explore grabbing behind your knees, a little bit deeper forward fold. I like to keep a little bend in my knees. That makes the stretch go up into the back side as well. So if your legs are straight and you only feel it in your thighs, then go ahead and bend your knees. That way you can get the stretch to the whole entire backside body. Make sure you're not using any muscles in your neck or your face. Relax all of that. To the ground. Bend your left knee a lot. Inhale your right arm up. Big twist open to the side. The more you bend your left knee, the less stretch you're going to feel on the outer right thigh. One more big breath here. Exhale, right hand down. Bend your right knee a lot. Inhale your left arm up, twisting open. So big stretch for the IT band. It's a big ropey connective tissue that separates your hamstrings from your quadricep. So it gets lots of work, lots of tugging all day long. Full breath in. Exhale your left hand down. Now bring your toes together. Tuck your chin to your chest and inhale, rise. A little bit of a bend in your knees as you round yourself all the way up to standing. Once you reach the top, shrug your shoulders up and back and bring your hands together to your chest. So just pause here. Allow your eyes to close. Notice the gentle sway from side to side. So your body just searching for that balance, that center. And as you place your feet into the ground, lift your chest towards your thumbs, stretching the top of your head away from your heels. Inhale to reach your arms up over your head, mountain pose. So strengthen your legs, push your heels into the ground, and then reach your arms up, fingertips, pinky fingers spin in. Take a full breath in. Feel really strong in this posture. So you're not moving, you're holding still, but your muscles are very active. Take another big breath in. And as you exhale, interlace your hands and grab the back of your head. Allow the weight of your head to help you into the back bend. Keep breathing here and allow your elbows to reach out to the sides. Notice the opening across the chest, the collarbones. As you inhale, keep your hands on the back of your head. Just lift your chest. And I'll turn to face you so you can see me. Take a full breath in. Exhale, side bend to the right. Bring your right elbow towards your right hip. Perfect. And then try to see if you could feel a sense of opening across the chest. So little bit of, let's see here, left hip forward and a little bit of a right shoulder forward so that you're still open to the front of the space. And then chin up a little bit. Good. Yeah, nice. Inhale to come back to center. And then exhale to the other side. So left elbow towards your left hip. You're kind of reaching your right elbow up in opposition, lengthening the entire right side of your body. Keep your chest nice and open, chin lifted. Keep breathing. Keep your legs strong here. Inhale, reach up, coming back to your mountain. I'm going to face back towards the front of my mat. Exhale, fold. Hands come down to the ground. Easy as it. Fingertips to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins. Lengthen your spine. Try to stretch the top of your head away from your tailbone. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to high plank pose. Go top of a push-up, shoulders over your wrists. And then slowly bring your knees to the ground and cross your ankles behind you and come to sitting on your hip, on your seat. And then scooching your seat forward, bring your legs out long in front of you. And then you might need to move your seat out of the way. So you're going to kind of scooch your hips back, right, left, right, left. And if this is a lot on your hamstrings, you can put a pillow or keep a bend in your knees. Inhale to reach your arms up over your head. Exhale, fold. So hands come down. You can bring your hands right beside your thighs. Any amount of forward fold. So I like to keep my spine straight. So you're kind of pulling your chest through your arms. Yeah, that's good. Good, good, good. So you might not come down as far in the forward fold, but it's a little bit safer for the spine. And a little bit of action in the legs, maybe flexing your toes towards your face and then just releasing the legs. Let them go. So this is creating length along the entire back line of your body. So this sheet of fascia that kind of wraps around all of your muscles starts in the bottoms of your feet and then turns into your Achilles tendon. It wraps around all of your calf muscles, back of your knees, your thighs, your hips, your low back, middle back, upper back, and then all the way up your neck. It wraps over the top of your head and ends at the eyebrows. So this is like one big giant sheet of connective tissue, and it's all connected. So when you lengthen even one part of it, you're helping to lengthen kind of the whole line. You might notice there's certain places that feel tighter than others. See if you can just relax a little bit more. Just 3 more breaths here. And when you finished your last breath, just slowly walking your hands back towards your hips, sit nice and tall. And then bring your right foot in. So sole of your right foot comes really nice and to the ground, your heel nice and close to your hip. Interlace your fingers just below your right knee. Lift your chest. Now twist to the right. So hook your left elbow on your right knee. Tense your right fingertips behind you and look over your shoulder. We're going to hold this for a few rounds of breath, so you don't have to twist super deep. Just go to where your body naturally stops. And keep your spine nice and tall. So chest is lifted, chin parallel to the ground. And then slowly coming out of the twist, bring your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Reach your arms over your head. Look right over your left leg and then folding over your left leg. Once again, if you want, you can kind of place your hands by your leg. Keep your chest lifted and your spine long. If you prefer to round your spine, you could do that as well. Just depends on how it feels today. And slowly walking your hands back up towards your hips. Let's switch out the legs. So left leg comes in, right leg out. Sole of your foot really close to your hip. Interlace your hands below your knee, lift your chest. Well, now hook your right elbow on your left knee and tense your left fingertips behind you. Nice big twist. So remember, you don't have to go to your 100%. You can just go to where your body naturally stops. And then allow the posture to kind of open up over time. So this one is really helpful for mobilizing the tissues in the rib cage, and you're also getting some healthy compression all up and down the spine and into the internal organs. Notice if you can relax your face. And then slowly coming back to center. Bring your left foot to the inside of your right thigh. Sit nice and tall, lift your chest, reach your arms up. And then centering over your right leg, fold yourself over your right thigh. You can choose how you want to practice with your spine, so either nice and long or rounded, your choice. And your legs might feel really different. So this one might feel tighter, or maybe you feel like you can fold more. And then slowly coming back up. So one more forward fold. Bring your feet together. And let me know how this is on your knees. So coming into Baddha Konasana. Yeah, looks good. Nice. You can bring your hands to your ankles and kind of shimmy your chest forward. See if you can get a little longer in your spine. And then coming forward as much as you like. And the closer you have your heels towards you, the bigger the twist in the knee. So if you want a little less compression on the knee joint, bring your heels a little further away from your body. And allowing yourself to rest in your bones. So this posture is really helpful for a couple of reasons. On On a physical level, it is helping to stretch the muscles of the inner thighs, and this is helping to stretch also the low back. And then on an energetic level, in the Chinese meridian system, we talk about the kidney meridian, which is this kind of pathway that carries the body's energy, the qi. So this pathway lives on the inner thigh. It starts at the ankle bone. It comes up the inner leg. And kidneys are really helpful for detoxifying the body. They break up toxins, filtering toxins from the blood, and then sending them to the liver to get broken down and getting rid of. So as you kind of move your body in your yoga practice, oftentimes things, tissues and liquids get stirred up. So you're kind of helping your body naturally detoxify here. Another full breath in and a full breath out. And slowly lifting your chest. Bring your legs out long and then slide your seat forward. Come all the way down to lying on your back. So coming to lying on your back, find Shavasana. So we just did quite a bit of forward folding, which compresses the front of the hips. So now with your legs straight, notice any sensation there. Now reach your arms over your head and grab for opposite elbows. Walk your shoulders over to the right side of your mat. And if you notice that your left shoulder starts to wing up, just come out of it a little bit. And then walk your legs over to the bottom right corner of your mat. So you're basically creating the shape of a crescent moon with your body. Sometimes when we have our arms up, the nerves in the shoulders get pinched. So if at any point your fingers or arms start to feel tingly, you can just bring your arms down by your side. And notice the stretch along the whole left side of your body. So from your elbow all the way down your whole left side. Sometimes it's nice to cross your ankles. Maybe one feels better on top. And then just get really relaxed here. And sometimes in these postures where we're still, it's really easy to get distracted. So maybe you're starting to make a list or think about what's going next. So it's helpful to kind of give the mind something to chew on. If you want, you can find a little mantra for yourself. So as you inhale, you might think of something you'd like to invite in. Just like one word or a phrase. As you exhale, you might think of something you'd like to let go of. You might say something like inhaling love and exhaling fear. Or any kind of range of things. And slowly, gently bringing yourself back to the center. So walking your legs back to the middle, your shoulders back to center. Bring your arms down by your side. Give them a little break, palms facing up. Just allow that to all kind of come back. All the tissues come back to their normal. Arms come up over your head. Grab for your elbows. Then walk your shoulders over to the left. And this can be a little or a lot. Just as long as both of your shoulders are down and you feel nice and stable, then that's great. And then walk your legs over to the left. You can keep your legs side by side or play around with crossing one or the other ankle over the other. So you're creating this nice long stretch to the whole right side body. Noticing where you feel it. These longer holds are really helpful for lengthening those deeper, more dense tissues. In this posture, you're getting equal and opposite benefit. So the right side body is receiving tremendous extension or stretch. And the left side body is getting compression. Relax your face and your jaw. See if you can find one little muscle somewhere that you can release. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Walk yourself back to center. Bring your knees into your chest. And just take your time as you move, as you transition, no rush. Just pause here with your knees in. Allow your low back to lengthen. Give yourself a big squeeze. Thank yourself for practicing. And exhale, Shavasana. Bring your legs long and your arms beside you. You can let this posture look like anything you like. So either stretch out really big. Just allow your body to fall into its natural shape. This is where your body gets to regenerate, restore, and renew. I just imagine like little streams of light or sparkles kind of moving to the places of my body that need it. All of that energy that you created with your practice, just kind of sending it towards those spots. Anywhere that needs a little extra love. We'll stay here for a little time. I'll let you know when it's time to come out. Just stay with your breath and stay with sensation. If you would like to stay in Shavasana, you are more than welcome. If you're ready to start to bring some movement into your body, wiggle your fingers and your toes. And rolling your head from side to side. Bring your knees into your chest. And then roll yourself over onto your side, whichever side. Pause for a moment in fetal pose. Just allow your body to settle here. And then press your hands into the ground. Bring yourself up to a seat. And sitting with your legs crossed and your eyes closed. Inhale, reach your arms up over your head, lengthen. Exhale, bring your hands to your chest. 2 more times, inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to center. 1 more time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands to your chest. So Anjali Mudra, mudra for balance. If it feels authentic, you can bow your chin to your chest, honoring each other, honoring the space. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your evening for your practice. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your night. Namaste.